You're back for another season of 90 Day. How does it feel to be back on the show?
Well, we're really excited, actually. We love filming. We have great experiences every time we do it, so we really enjoy it. We're happy to be back.
Sometimes it's a little bit stressful when they chase you around, but you get
for
used to it.
And you get a lot of critics online, so that's something you kind of have to learn to deal with. But nevertheless, we do enjoy it.
Exactly.
Yeah, we're happy.
And I know you can't give away any spoilers, but can you kind of tease what fans are going to be able to get to see with you two this season?
A lot of
more family drama for sure.
Yeah, a lot of interaction. And,
lots of ups and downs with my family, as always.
Yeah, it's going to be rocky this season. That's for sure. And
you'll see us in Moldova.
A lot of action. Yeah.
Does it ever get easier having your family life play out on TV?
So the way I try to look at it, I always like to be positive. So I call it home videos. So I'm like, there are home videos that we get to watch back, even though it may be frustrating times for us, while we're filming. But we see how we grow each time. So
yeah, we grow each time. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know in which direction, but we are.
We're going somewhere.
I have to say, your daughter is so adorable. Congrats on everything with her. What's it been like raising her so far?
It is kind of, it's a journey, obviously. And for first-time parents, we have to get used to a lot of stuff. First, you don't have to sleep at night. After this, you just have to adjust to her schedule. And, a lot of new things that you have to do.
We love it so much. It's so amazing to get that feeling of, that the child is yours and you're in love, and then there's just all these things that you think about and you just see the baby grow, and it's amazing. But she finally is sleep trained now, so we're getting great rest at night so we can think straight now.
As soon as they're getting a little bit older, more than a year, it's getting easier because they're not so, you don't have to take care of them all the time. You just have to watch them. And you just play with them, and
you still have to take care of them, but it's
not
like a newborn.
Yeah, because the newborns, it's the first year is the hardest.
Yeah, but we love being parents, and we're learning more about each other in the process too, and just making sure that we stay on the same page with raising her, so she's not confused and she's on the same page. So,
what has been maybe the biggest surprise that's come to you as new parents?
I would definitely say it always comes back to a culture thing. What might be okay in Moldova may not be okay here. And I guess just for me as an American, you kind of think a certain way, and you're yeah, everybody thinks that way, until somebody's no, I don't agree with you. And then you're what are you talking about? How do you not agree with me? So we'll run into certain things.
Yeah, cultural differences were always going to be challenged. I'm used to it in one way, she's used to it another way. Sometimes we try to, to do a schedule, I don't agree with it.
He didn't agree with the schedule at first. I'm you absolutely need a schedule.
And now I agree with it.
But now he understands how important they are, and if the baby's on a schedule, then you can think straight. So, yeah.
And have any of the other cast members who have kids reached out and given you any kind of parenting advice?
No. No, and I don't think anyone
not at all
can be better parents than us. A little bit
no, I'm sure the other cast members are great parents, but no, we don't talk to anybody like that on that kind of level. And honestly, if they did try to give us advice, I don't know how that would go down.
What tips would you give, maybe not to other cast members, but to fans who are first-time parents, and something that they can expect on how to handle raising a child?
First, have a lot of patience.
Yeah.
Just step and swallow everything, and think twice before getting frustrated.
Get ready for the unknown.
Yeah.
I grew up babysitting and nannying when I was younger. That was my main job, and I always thought oh, I'm gonna be I got it down, I'm gonna be great. But you never know until you have your own child, and you have to really think about every choice that you make for your child.
Every move is planned.
Yeah, so I would just say anything that you think you might know, just forget about that, because that's not the case. It all changes when you have your own.
And a lot of, I guess, a lot of patience with each other, because if you don't have patience with each other, not only with a child, you're just going to destroy your marriage.
Yeah, if you're not patient and you get frustrated, the child can obviously sense that, and it's best to just always remain positive and work together.
Exactly.
And then looking to the future, are you guys wanting more kids, or are you just kind of focusing on raising your one child right now? I can't even imagine how much that would take to raise a child. So I'm just wondering. I know fans also wonder, because I read a lot of the comments and they're always like, are you guys going to have more kids? So I just had to ask.
I know. Yeah, we have been getting that question a lot lately.
We actually discussed that the other day.
Yeah, we did.
And we thought that, you know, like it's going to take a couple of years to concentrate on her.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe, you know, like maybe,
yeah,
like in a couple of years, we're going to do it again. But I'm not trying to plan it. I'm just going to, you know, like, I'm just going to go for it.
Yeah, I think now that she's becoming more self-sufficient, we obviously want to see her grow up with a sibling and have someone that's close to her and that she can hang out with. So we'd like to do it sooner rather than later, because we don't want to be too much of an age gap between the kids.
But also we're, you know, like concentrating
but yes,
on...
in the short answer, yes, we plan to have more children, just not sure quite when.
Concentrating on the quality, not on the quantity, on children always.
And then there's a lot of people on social media who love you guys, but there's also some haters out there. How do you handle the trolls online? Do you just ignore them?
99% are negative, actually.
Yeah, it is insane how many people are just like really mean. You know, I don't know if it's they feel like they have some kind of power because they're behind a phone, but I can tell you to this day, we have literally not had anybody in person say some of these things that people say online. Like, it's always been positive in person. So I'm like, is it just because you're online and you're behind like a phone or a computer? But for the most part, we just kind of laugh and we're like, all right, they don't really know us. So it's like, we can't blame them, you know, for
That's
whatever.
our entertainment in the evening. We get recognized per day, probably like 10 times per day when we're together.
If we go out, we're still
go
kind of
out.
quarantined.
Yeah, when we go out, like, we get recognized a lot. Never I got a bad thing said to myself.
They recognize you first though, because you're tall.
And like online, everybody talks. But for me, it's like entertainment. I look at the comments and sometimes when I'm just like sad, I just look at the comments and I'm just like cracking up, because like people are just...
You might not like us, but you're still talking about us, so you like us a little bit. You like us enough to take your time to talk. So.
Talk bad, so it's okay.
I'm also convinced a lot of those accounts aren't even real, because some of the things they say just don't even sound like the way anybody would talk.
Totally. I'm like, is this a real person? And then you click it and it's like a picture of a dog or like a cat. And then you're like, okay.
And
maybe it's your best friend who made an account. Maybe it's like our best friend who made an account and they're just talking shit about us.
And like also 9 times out of 10, people just like to see if they can get a reaction out of you, because most importantly, they want your attention. If they watch somebody on TV and then they go online and try to talk to you and you respond to them, like that probably makes their day, I would assume. You know, like it's just like any other kind of celebrity that you would see out, like if they talk to you, like you'd be like, oh, like so amazed. So I think they really just want a rise out of us, and we don't give it to them.
They want attention.
Yeah.
And what advice would you give to new couples who are coming onto the show?
I would say make sure that you do not care what people think about you, because if you care what people think of you, that's all you will be thinking about, and it will eat you alive. And you just have to remain confident and remain yourself and be who you are, and not allow someone's opinion to affect your life.
I take it. I take this in a different way, like in my, you know, like in my perception. So I would take this as you would go in a sub, you know, like in New York, and you see somebody like dressed, you know, like weird. You would think a lot of stuff in your brain. You know, like, but does it matter your opinion at the time when, you know, like the person, he does what he wants, and you can keep your opinion and, you know, like shove it up your butt. But, you know, it is what it is. Everybody's entitled to one opinion. Yeah. And, you know, like the people on the show, they just need to be like that. You know, like people think they express themselves. It's okay. Don't pay attention, and, you know, just move on. And if you decided to do the journey, just do it.
Just got to be ready for a lot of opinions, and it's up to you to decide whether or not you're going to allow that to affect you or not.
And take the journey.
The show is really, really popular. It has super high ratings, tons of fans. Why do you think that 90 Day Fiancé is such a phenomenon?
I think it's just like a life thing.
I think that obviously, like, the number one thing in this world, I think, is love. I think everybody wants to be in love. Everybody wants to see someone in love, and that idea of it is so exciting. And I think that 90 Day Fiancé is based off of two couples that are in love, and people want to see that.
But from different worlds.
Real things start to play into that. And so if you see something happening that's going on and you're like, oh, this is juicy, let me watch it. Like, I'm happy it's not happening in my life, but I still kind of want to see what's going on.
Exactly.
So I see it that way. And that too, I think there's a reason why there's a mixture of us. Like, we're like the love couple, and then there's some other sketchy ones.
Yeah.
I think people just want to believe in love, and they want to see it all play out. And
so they just want to see love, and love on a distance is more attractive, and
right. Yeah.
you know, like, it's kind of romantic.
From another country too.
It is romantic, and second, I think it's you know, like, you just want to watch somebody else's problems and not deal with yours.
Yeah.
Like, it's better watching somebody
Totally.
else
Yeah.
going, you know, like, down the hill, but
Yeah.